My name is Elaine McDonald. I'm a counselor at Taft-Sahalee. I started off working in the counseling department at Clover Park Vocational Technical School. Decided I liked it. Went to work for Boeing, and Boeing paid for my degree. When I got out of Boeing, then I went to Washington High School, worked as a college career specialist, and got my master's degree. I've worked at Curtis Junior High School, Washington High School, Sahalee, and Taft at Sahalee. When I worked at Clover Park Votech, I worked in the counseling office, and I would greet people when they came in.
Yeah.
And to watch their enthusiasm and watch them go, "Oh, I didn't know that." We even had a program where they built houses. They talk about these tiny houses. We had students that learned to build regular sized houses if they were interested in carpentry. We had radio broadcasting. So there were so many opportunities for them. And there were also colleges. This is before Clover Park became a technical college. But to watch them see people do with their hands what they could do
Yeah.
was just amazing for the kids, and they loved it. And seeing their enthusiasm made me consider being a counselor, whether it was career counselor or academic counselor. But I could see that I could help kids.
Yeah.
And I had kids that came back and said, "Thank you so much for that tour because it helped me know what I wanted to do." And that's when I said, "That's what I'm going to do."
Oh.
Well, one of the challenges that I faced growing up was people didn't expect that African American students were going to be successful. They didn't think we were going to go to college. And when you got to middle school, your friends' attitudes changed. And then same in high school. Well, my parents told me that we were all going to go to college. And there's 6 of us. Out of 6 of us, 5 of us have at least a bachelor's degree. And that's what I wanted to prove to them, that I can do it. But then when I got married and had my children, I thought, now how am I going to do this? But as they got older, that's when I was able to do it while I worked at Boeing, because as soon as I'd get off, I'd take my classes. So that was one of the challenges. Another of the challenges was people not believing in you. Because I had a counselor in elementary school that had no faith in me. She was another one that told me I wasn't going to go to college. The mentors that I had, one of them was my boss, and he died a couple years ago. And then there was another one that came after him, and they were the people that ran the school at Clover Park Votech. But there were people that always believed in me and always told me I was good at what I was doing. And even when I went to the high schools, there were people there that said, you're really good at what you do. And so hearing that from their counselors and their principals just inspired me, and thought, well, I guess I am in the right field. Now, when I left, and then I was a sales rep for a while, I just wanted to try something new. Didn't like that. So that's when I got onto Boeing, and I worked in a field where I would help people sign up for classes and do, to see where they could go.
Yeah.
And so Boeing also paid for my degree. So I thought, well, I'd go to work, and then after work, I'd go take my classes. And there were people at Boeing that even said the same thing, you could do this as a job. So I had so much encouragement in every single job I had. When I was in middle school, I had teachers that I wasn't good at math. And they kind of sometimes liked to rub my nose in it. But we had an art teacher there that would tell me, you can be anything you want to be. And she taught me little things like for in art, because I wasn't good at art. But she taught me little things that would help me. And one time I was really frustrated, and she told me, well, write your feelings down. So I thought, oh, okay. So I sat down and wrote my feelings down. Well, when I went to Hawaii, it's a very expensive place to live.
Yeah.
I was homesick. I was sad that my family wasn't there, and so I would write things down. When I had my first child, I wrote down how happy I was. And then I lost a son, and I wrote down how sad that made me feel. Well, eventually I put all my writings together and published a book.
Really?
So, yes,
Oh my God.
another step forward. And so, and I still have some writings that maybe when I retire, I'll publish another book. But I did learn something from that to write it down takes it off your chest and puts it on the paper.
Yeah.
And that was a gift that I did not know I had. I say follow your dreams, because sometimes people have expectations for you that they talk about. Well, you should be a nurse, or you would be a good teacher or something, but follow your dreams, do what makes you happy, and you know where your strong suits are. You know what you're good at. I know you mentioned communications. Well, my daughter enrolled in some classes. She graduated from TCC, then she went to Western Washington University, and she was interested in communication. She used to do the broadcasting on the television channel at school.
Oh, that's so
Well,
cool.
then they dropped the program
No.
before she could graduate, so she had to transfer to Kent State University. But she had this dream that she wanted to follow, and that's what I've told all of them: do what your heart tells you to do.